UNSHAKABLE Strength Master ANY situation with THRS. Because fragility is the grave of the timid, surrender the chain of the broken. And invincibility belongs to those who forge their resolve in the fires of every storm. You're not here to crumble under life's chaos, to let adversity bury your potential. You're here to rise, to master any situation with unshakable strength. Picture a boy named Chester W. Nimitz, born in 1885 in Fredericksburg, Texas, where grit shaped his rugged youth, his hands calloused from toil, his spirit ablaze no challenge could quench. At 28, he faced setbacks in the Navy, his ambitions mocked. Yet his resolve burned with a fire that refused to waver. That fire propelled him to command the Pacific Fleet in 1941. Redefine victory. Your strength is your shield. Will you raise it, or let it rest in defeat? Feel that shielded night within you Nimitz's path. Isn't a distant murmur, beats a war cry, shattering. Your mind is the first battlefield where power is forged, and right now, you're letting it fracture. You're drowning in fragility. The soul minus crushing doubts that drain your will, the setbacks that choke your hope, the failures that sneer your beat and silence them. Your mindset isn't your prison, it's your fortress, and you've let it erode under the siege of despair. Nimitz didn't let early struggles define him, he let them steal him. The Texas heat, the naval rejections, the family hardships, they didn't break him, they honed him. Picture him at 20, in a dusty workshop, his hands greasy from engines, his father's voice a gruff challenge. Stand tall, Chester. While his mind blazed, dreaming of oceans in command. You're buried under the rubble of surrender, scrape it up. Hammer it into steel, and reclaim your throne. Rise each dawn with a strength that devours doubt, a will that melts every barrier into molten light. Command your thoughts with the fury of a hurricane. Turn every scar into a badge of war. And let your mindset be the crucible where your unshakable power ignites. You're not a slave to weakness, you're its conqueror. A titan destined to master any situation. Steel hardens with belief, the unshakable force that turns dreams into empires. Nimitz believed in a future where his strategy shaped history, where a Texas mechanic could command the seas. At 28, overlooked by admirals, he believed in his skill, studying tirelessly. The flicker of the charge's guide, his hands plotting every course. That belief drove him to Midway in 1942. His nights a storm of effort, his faith a wildfire. By 1945, he believed in peace, leading the surrender. His conviction a thunderclap. The world scoffed, called him a backwater sailor, a novice with no rank, but Nimitz's resolve burned fiercer. It propelled him to a fleet admiral, his legacy a beacon. You're letting disbelief erode you now, questioning your power, fearing your dreams are too bold, sinking in fragility shattered that rust. Belief isn't a timid hope, it's a lightning strike that rends the earth, a certainty that pulls triumph to you like a tide. Believe you're a titan, an architect of destinies, a force of nature, and let that conviction roar through your veins, driving you with a momentum no challenge can halt. You're not here to falter. You're here to reign. Momentum sharpens with clarity, the piercing light that cuts through the haze of chaos. Nimitz didn't chase every fleeing mission. He focused on one vision, mastering strategy and securing victory. After early naval stumbles in the 1910 seconds, he saw the flaw. Scattered efforts would win wars. He honed his clarity, perfecting his plans, his mind a blade slicing through noise. Picture him in 1942 in Midway, the air thick with battle, his voice resolute. We strike to dominate, not flinch. That clarity drove him to Tokyo Bay in 1945, to a career that defied odds. His influence a tidal wave. You're lost in the storm now, scrolling endlessly, chasing others' paths. Letting chaos shred your focus halted. Define your aim with a precision that sets your spirit ablaze. A target so vivid you can feel its weight. Taste its glory. Clarity isn't a gentle wish, it's your compass. Your anchor in the tempest. Nimitz knew his course. Do you? Set it now. And let it guide you like a beacon piercing the blackest night. You're not here to drift. You're here to rule. Beacons ignite vision. The blazing horizon that turns ambition into legacy. Nimitz saw a future where his leadership turned the tide. Where a Texas boy could shape history. A vision so vast it silenced the doubters. In 1916, after early struggles, he envisioned command, a dream mocked by peers who called him crude. Picture him in 1942 at Pearl Harbor. The waters burning, his fleet battered. The enemy near, yet his vision held. The Pacific a promise of triumph. That vision carried him through the 1942's wars, when exhaustion loomed. Through nights where he strategized the air thick with resolve. By 1966, his influence endured. The world his domain. Fury stumbling in the dimness of defeat, lift your eyes. See your future ablaze with glory. Every peak you'll conquer. Every dream you'll seize. Every realm you'll govern as if it's already yours. Vision isn't a fleeting escape, it's the blueprint of your rise. The canvas you paint with your soul's inferno. Visualize it, breathe it, live it, because what you see with unshakable clarity, you'll conquer with relentless power. You're not here to dream, you're here to create. Power pulses with purpose, the heartbeat that guides every titan. Nimitz's purpose was trained, it was to protect, to prove strategy could prevail, to unite for freedom. He saw his family as oil, the Texas quiet, to global war, and vowed to rise. That purpose fueled his 1905 Academy entry, driving into Pearl Harbor in 1941. Battle in despair. Picture him in 1945 at the surrender. The air choked with history, his voice steady. We fight for peace, a mission that rallied nations. That purpose turned the war into a crucible of strength. Its echoes a testament. You're searching for meaning now, waiting for purpose to strike. Stop waiting. Unearth the flame in your core, the mission that sets your blood ablaze, the cause you'll defend when challenges loom. Purpose isn't a riddle to solve, it's the inferno that powers your charge. The war cry that resounds with every step. Find it, let it consume you, because a life without purpose is a flicker in the void, while yours is a blaze that will transform the world. You're not here to linger, you're easier to ignite. Blazes demand discipline, the iron will that turns embers into empires. Nimitz didn't lead with ease, he led with discipline, working 16-hour days, pushing his mind and body to the brink. At 28 in training, he disciplined himself to excel. His hands steady, his focus unyielding. In 1942, at Midway, he honed every detail, his command a forge, sleep a rarity. Picture him in 1945, at Tokyo Bay, the air thick with victory, his voice a decree, precision or ruin. The deck his anvil. You're tempted by fragility, now the morning's pull, the endless scroll. The path of least resistance, shatter it. Rise each morning with a warrior's rage. Carve your destiny with every disciplined strike. Let it be the spine of your ascent. Discipline isn't a fetter, it's your rebellion. The crown you seize when weakness falls. Master it, because discipline is the foundation of every master. And you were born to stand supreme. Foundations strike with action. The raw power that builds worlds from ashes. Nimitz didn't just envision, he acted. Training in 1905, leading in 1941. Winning in 1945th. You're frozen by doubt now, failure looming. Judgment cutting. The unknown taunting, break free. Charged with the fury of a cyclone. Every step a proclamation of your might. Every move a stone in your empire. Action isn't a hesitance scheme, it's the thunder that molds your reality. the hammer that forges your dominion. Strike now, because every moment you delay is a kingdom lost to surrender. You're not here to steam, you're here to conquer. Thunder glows with gratitude, the light that turns wounds into weapons. Nimitz spoke of his trials with gratitude, not bitterness. The rejections taught him grit, the war losses deepened his resolve, the criticism fueled his fire. He thanked his crew, his nation. Picture him in 1966. At his end, his voice soft. For those who sailed with me. You're recursing your battles now, poverty that bites, heartbreak that stings, loss that lingers transform them. Every scar, every triumph, every breath, wear it as a warrior's medal. Proof of your survival. Gratitude isn't frailty, it's the fire that turns your past into power. The lens that reveals the gold in your struggles. Embrace it because the storms that forged you are the sparks that propel you higher. You're not here to begrudge, you're here to rise. Sparks bend with adaptability, the flow that turns obstacles into victories. When early commands failed in the 1920 seconds, Nimitz adapted, mastering navigation. In 1941, amid war, he adapted, refining tactics. The world shifts beneath you now. Jobs vanish. Trends twist. Life evolves, ride it. You're not a rock to shatter, you're a river, carving new paths through stone. Adaptability isn't concession, it's your evolution. The skill that keeps you aloft. Flow. Grow because the future bows to those who adapt. And you were born to lead. You're not here to resist, you're here to reshape. Leadership thrives on resilience, the unbreakable core that turns pain into power. Nimitz faced rejection, war's toll, command pressure, yet rose. Life will strike, betrayal will slice, failure will bruise, despair will claw. Will you shatter? No. You'll rise, tempered stronger, a king crowned by struggle. Resilience isn't mere survival, it's your reign, the force that turns scars into scepters. Stand tall, because you were born to dominate your storms. You're not here to fall, you're eager to rise. Brains sharpened with learning, the hunger that keeps your edge lethal. Nimitz didn't start as an admiral, he learned, mastering strategy, studying warfare, growing through battles. He learns daily, pushing limits. You're resting on old wisdom, ignite your thirst. Hunt knowledge like a predator, every lesson a blade, every error a forge. Learning isn't a chore, it's your evolution, the fire that keeps you ahead. Seek it, because those who cease learning tumble first. You're not here to stagnate, you're here to ascend. Ascension burns with purpose revisited, the flame that breaks every chain. Nimitz says purpose endured, guided him through crises. Hold fast, let it lead you. Purpose is your destiny lead. Flame forges resilience again, the steel that withstands every tempest. Nimitz rose through rejections, wars, each scar a victory. Brides reign with resilience. Grains demand learning, the hunger that builds your legacy. Nimitz says growth inspires. Resist halting, grow. Learning crowns you. Soar. Wisdom strikes with resilience, the force that turns blows to triumphs. Nimitz's path proves resilience eternal. Conquer trials rule. Ruling pulses with learning, the edge that keeps you immortal. Nimitz's thirst lifted him. Grow fly. Light ignites with strength unshakable. Situations mastered. Nimitz's journey lights the way. European storm rise. Master any situation with unshakable strength. With a titan's mind, a visionary's belief, a king's clarity, a creator's vision, a warrior's purpose, a ruler's discipline, a builder's action, a survivor's gratitude, a river's adaptability, a colossus' resilience, an eternal hunger for learning. Seize your dominion reign, build, conquer, the world isn't ready, rise now, seize now, blaze your path,